はい、ということで、コールオブファレス、ガンスリンガーをね、できます。音でかいので、あげます。全部でけんだ。これで。続行。前回はガトリンガーを倒してやめましたけど。
A few weeks after that dust-up at the OK Corral, I was still after Johnny Ringo. I had tracked him and the cowboys to their hideout at a sawmill, and they were loaded for bear.
脱走して結構なんかいるぞ。
So what exactly did Johnny Ringo do to piss you off?
Well, him and that other bastard.
Roscoe Bob Bryant?
Yep. They both deserve to die, and I promise I'll tell you why. But first I need to tell you about the Cowboys' new boss, Curly Bill Brocious.
Earth's coming!
Get ready, boys. Curly Bill took charge of the Cowboys upon the old man's demise. And after that gunfight at the OK Corral, Blanton's wanted revenge. So they murdered Morgan Earp and grievously wounded his older brother Virgil.
当たるんだこの距離。
Wyatt and Doc went on what became known as the Vendetta Ride, hunting those outlaws down. So when I showed up, that's who they thought I was.
Good.
I got a bullet with your name on it, boy.
字幕読んでる場合じゃねえんだよな、あのゲーム。やべ。全然あかんね。
There were killers around every corner, all wearing red bandanas. That's how the Cowboys identified each other. And I was beginning to wish I had one myself. But I wasn't about to let Ringo walk away unscathed. And that's what drove me forward.
めっちゃいる。あいつなんだ？
They say that Ringo was infernally fast.
I hardly saw anyone faster, boy. Certainly not Wyatt Earp. That man was all hat and no cap.
弾。めっちゃ撃たれてる。やばい。
Earp wasn't much of a match for him, but Doc Holliday might have taken him.
That lunger should have kept his nose out of it. They never charged anyone for the murder of Morgan Earp.
こいつなんなん？
But everybody knew that Curly shot him in the back. That was common knowledge.
Yeah, maybe so. But Ringo had nothing to do with it. He was just being loyal to a friend.
Is that what you call it? Being loyal. Well, to get to that loyal friend, I had to pass by some buzzsaws as big as a man.
Excuse me, sir. I have a question.
What's that, Dwight?
After old man Clanton died, why didn't his son take over the Cowboys?
Because Ike Clanton was dumber than a box of rocks and a yellow belly to
絶
boot.
対ダメよ、そんなことがあったら。コンプライアンス違反もいいってことだよ。
Now, where was I?
Taking down the entire cowboy gang single-handed.
Indeed I was, Jack.
拾えない。
Though it wasn't easy, as those boys had good cover.
Ah. Corre. Kaっこいい。まだいる？めっちゃいるやん、ここ。
There were carts everywhere, piles of lumber, and God knows what else for people to hide behind. That really was one hell of a sawmill. Quite an impressive operation.
And where was Curly Bill? Did you see him?
I'm about to get to that, Ben. Patience. I'm painting a picture here. There was this beautiful waterfall and a crystal clear stream that led to a verdant valley that was truly...
Consider your picture painted. What happened next?
Well, finally the bastards that were still alive made a last stand.
シークレットはもう全然無視です。ちょっと上げとくか。
Curly Bill, Johnny Ringo, and his compadres took off into the lumber yard, and I followed after.
うわぁ、対決か。カーリービル。どこにいる？何これ？探し出すの。おいおいおいおい。
Cowardice was not in Ringo nor Curly Bill's nature.
No, sir. I never said they were running scared. They just wanted me out in the open.
何こいつやば。
Dance with the devil.
家庭師。
That son of a bitch trying to kill me.
なんでヘッドショットで生きてんだよ。なんかやばい。これあれなの？怠慢じゃないの？横から撃たれてるし、汚ねえ。むずいな、どうしよう。どこ行ったあいつ。危ない。うわ。いやー、マジか。うぜえ、こいつ。なんだよ、もう、どうでもいいやつにやられたわ。腹立つなぁ。出てこい。なんで当たってないの？もういてる。俺はタコも処理しながら行かないとこれ。よしよしよしよし。おお。ちゃんと詰めてくんのうぜえ。無理をしない。うわ、やばいやばい。なになになに。おいおいおいおい、なになんだよこれ。今逆避けちゃった。
Are you saying they ran?
ね、俺
Cowardice was not in Ringo nor Curly Bill's nature.
No, sir. I never said they were running scared. They just wanted me out in the open.
いや、うざ。
Time to dance with the devil. You working for Wyatt Earp? Is that some bitch Earp kill me?
どこ？いやどういった？ あ、これ雑魚的かい。マジか。カーリー、どこだカーリー。カーリーにしか興味ないんだけど。はい。船。じゃあもうちょいちょい。ここまで来て、ここまで来て死にたくない。は？牛、今。イエーイ
Brocious gave me no choice but to take his life. But Ringo
ゲームでか
was
い。
nowhere to be found.
下げたけど、これでも。このゲー
I
ムで
knew
かいん
you
だ
didn't
よ
kill
な。
Ringo because he was found dead in a different location
半
altogether.
分にしたんですけどね、これ
To
でも。
this day, his killer is still unknown.
Indeed. Took me a few months before I finally tracked his ass to West Turkey Creek Canyon. ジョニー出た。ジョニーリンゴ出た。これがむずいんですよね。こう枠内にこ
It's
う
incredible,
収
sir.
めて、
I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
相手が銃取りそうな時にああやくっそ死んだ。これ難しいんだって。で自分もなんかその銃すぐ取れる位置に手を
It's incredible, sir.
寄せなきゃいけ
I
ないんで
always
すよ。
thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
合わないよ。いやダメだ、遅い。めっちゃむずい。フォーカスは合ってたのに。これめっちゃむずい。この
It's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
こっちをさ、ダメなんだ。もうむずいって。何これ。相打ちになったって。なんでこれ昨日もうちょっとできたけど。
It's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
おい、レッドデッドリデンプションよりむずいんだけど。いや、もうダメだ。いや、ダメだ。めっちゃむずい。これできない。待って、あなたの方がさ、71.4。いやー、これダメ、これ左スティックの調整がむずすぎるんだって。
It's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
ねえ、なんなんこれ。なんでマジでできない。
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that
苦
killed
手
him.
すぎる。やべえな、毎回こんなことになるぞ。いやーもう。ダメだ。無理。これ、積んだ。クリアできない。
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
これいったでしょ。あっぶね。
Sorry I had to ruin the legend for you, boy.
難しいっ
But
て
the
こ
legend
れ。
ain't always true.
なんかね、癖が、ほんと、癖あるんだよ
Doc
な。
Holliday
こ
had
の、
nothing to do with the death of
フォーカ
Johnny Ray.
右スティックでこう、照準を合わせるんですけど、すごい遊びがあってやりづらい。で、同時に左スティックで、銃に手をいい位置に持
I
ってっ
was paid a
て、
healthy bounty for Ringo and Curly Bill
ダメだ、め
and
ちゃめちゃむずい
realized there
わ。
was real money to be made. That's why I went after Henry Plummer.
Now, wasn't he the sheriff who augmented his income by shaking down miners and robbing gold shipments?
That's the one.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. He ran that gang of thieving outlaws called the Innocents.
So it's true that you went toe-to-toe with him?
Indeed I did, son. Indeed I did.
"最高のやつ."
I knew I needed resources if I was going to track down Roscoe Bob Bryant.
この辺までもうがっつり下げる。すごいな、これ途中で難易度変えれんだ。
And hunting Plummer looked like a good way to get rich quick. As the local vigilantes exposed him as the leader of the bandits and put a generous price on his head. Plummer rallied his gang to plunder one last gold mine before making their escape, and that's where I thought I'd find him.
It makes me nervous standing so close to all these goddamn barrels of gunpowder.
Why would you be nervous? No one
As my late father pointed out to me more than once, God
あ、
made
死んでんの
men,
これ。
and Samuel Colt made them equal.
上からやるか、ちまちま。いるやんけ、先客がいた。寝てんの、ここで。寝相悪かったら死ぬくね。
I knew that dynamite
Dynamite.
wasn't mine, so I decided the polite thing would be to return it. It was the biggest gold rush since Sutter's Mill in '48. Unfortunately, prospectors weren't the only ones drawn to those riches.
You can't beat me.
There were thieves and killers, robbing travelers and hijacking gold ships.
うわ
Like those that ran with Plummer. Some were just regular folks I knew from town, drawn by greed and easy pickings. Charlie Crow, the blacksmith. James, who worked in the stable. Sam and Jeremiah Barber, the butcher's son. Ordinary citizens who lived a double life. Stealing and thieving and murdering their neighbors. Of course, the rest were veterans of the Civil War. Stone-cold killers trained on the bloody fields of
なんで
Shiloh.
こいつ生きてんだよ。おかしいだろ。
Plummer had a lot of men on his payroll. A hell of a lot. That son of a bitch pretended to protect the public with one hand while stealing them blind with the other. He set up a defensive perimeter which I had no idea how to breach. Dangerous, desperate individual. I was outnumbered and in way over my head, but I was too damn stubborn and stupid to realize. They must have thought I was tough. I thought I was some kind of hero.
かっけえ。弾避けれんのかっけえ
I
な。
finally made it past and headed on to meet my destiny. But first, I had something I needed to figure out. I had a few ideas on how to get into that mine, but once I made my decision, I knew there was no turning back. So my first thought was to enter the nearest mine portal. I saw an entrance. Made sense.
え、急に
It was
橋
the
できた
quickest
ね。
way in, but that also made it more dangerous, as there would undoubtedly be enemy pickets posted along the way.
Get out here, you coward!
もうなんだここなんかショットガンの方がいい。
You can run!
レンジャー
Hide forever!
あーライフルとショット
Time to die! Can't hide forever!
何
Besides,
上か
once you enter a mine like that, it's easy to get all turned around. And that confusing maze of corridors wouldn't even be the worst of it. Some of those shafts could be as deep as hell.
こりゃ入っちゃう
Quick reflexes often make up for a lack of common sense.
何
Luckily, I was
Oh, no.
never one to be easily bushwhacked. I would just need to be careful not to blow myself to kingdom come. With all that gunpowder
めっ
and
ちゃ
dynamite
やば
everywhere,
ここ
a body has to know what he's shooting.
そら
All
死
it
ぬわ
takes
な
is one tiny spark, and boom.
Surprise!
どうすんの俺
I will drop you down a mine shaft!
As a boy,
ここでも
I
死ぬ
always
んかい
loved the 4th of July.
Take that asshole out! You hear me?
よし
One wrong bullet could have turned that mine into a dad
ね
blasted
えね
tube.
えねえねえねえねえねえねえねえ何何何何何何 わけわかんねえ。なんで死ぬの今の。
I freely admit to my plan of attack was not just moronic, but clearly insane.
うわは
It's a good thing that I abandoned that ridiculous plan before I even
どういう
tried.
こと
Instead, I spotted a
ああ、そういうことですか。
way into the mine from the opposite side.
なんだよそれ。反対側回り。
It
死
was a
亡
long
ル
way
ートをやら
around,
され
but that
た。
approach seemed more sensible at the time. 'Of course, being I had a problem with
とりあえ
heights,
ず適
that
当に
scaffolding
スキルを上
scared
げ
the
ま
bejesus
す。
out of me. Climbing down that ladder required some caution. Because even though I had a younger man's reflexes, no man can dodge a damn bullet while climbing down a rickety ladder. I needed to make a leap of faith,
ジャンプ。
which ain't easy when you're suspended between heaven and
Oi.
hell.
いや違う、もう腹立つわ。ジャンプ押したやんけ今。
I was determined not to give up, however.
危ねえ。
As Sheriff Plummer seemed quite the despicable
しょ
character.
うもない死が多すぎる。
When the vigilantes discovered what the sheriff was up to, people were outraged. That 10,000 they put on his head would go a long way to helping me find old Bob. And I had made it my mission to settle that score come hell or high water. But first, I would have to make a choice. Take the elevator or climb the ladder. I wanted to use the element of surprise. Plus, I figured I could use the exercise. I was warmed up already, so what the hell?
やべ、外した。なんで当たってねえんだよ。死体に吸われた。え？どこ行くのこれ。
Plummer was a mad dog killer, and the people of Nevada
おい
City
おいおい、
deserved
マジか。
better.
死んだて。いやいやいやいや。いやいやいや、なんか落ちたんだけど。なんだよこれ。腹立つな。どこ。あ、なんかもう足場なくなってるし。
Right, well, he was the sheriff of both places at one time or another, but that's neither here nor there.
You must be about out of bullets.
届くかこれ。
The point was, taking him down would save a lot of lives, including my own.
下か。今ので落下ダメージ入んのやべえな。難しいこのゲーム。うわーだる。これ絶対撃ってけってことだよな。迎撃していかなきゃいけない。いやいやいやいやいやいや。
Henry Plummer was clearly unhinged, and I could see right away that this was going to take some doing.
They're gonna bury you in a million pieces. Why don't you just join the circus?
こっからだよねこれ。
Show yourself. No blood money for you today. I can shoot too.
銃変えてえな。ないかな。ないか。
I'm going all medieval on your ass.
マジか。やっぱり1回じゃクリアできないんだよな。
You ain't taking me. Keep pissing me off. See what it gets you. Lucky shot. I'm going all medieval on your ass. Really chapping my ass. I can shoot too! Damn! I need some help here! Come on, boys! Take this cocksucker out!
うわーなんかいっぱい出てきた。
Fiddle ain't that son.
おいおいおい、マジかマジか。もうやばいって。ちょっとダイナマイトうざすぎ。やばいやばい。
gold now.
いやー、ちょっともう勘弁して。これ死にたくないぞここで。もうちょっと。いやーもううぜえ。あ、終わった。うわ、終わってるマジでもう。いやマジでクソ。はいやーもうもうだる。なんどっから撃たれてんのこれ。最初からじゃもうだるいんだけどマジで。あ、半分だった。キモすぎ。キモきすぎなんだよあいつマジでうぜえわ。色や一箇所にめんどくせえ。どこ
I'm going all medieval on your ass. How do you like that? That's this, you son of a bitch! You can shoot, but can you aim? I'm gonna bury you in a million pieces!
よっしゃー。
So that's how Henry
いや
Plummer died.
難しいっ
Him and his
て。
crew were worth their weight in gold. And
ダイ
now
ナマイト撃つの
I
大
was
変。
officially a bounty hunter.
めちゃめちゃむずい。
So, did you finally go after that Bob feller?
Well, I heard word he was in Kansas with John Wesley Hardin. So that's where I went.
Where in Kansas?
Abilene. Why do you ask, Ben?
No reason.
Was Hardin as fast as Ringo?
Ringo was fast, but John Wesley was as fast as the devil himself. Hell, he killed his first man at 15. From that day forward, he had a price on his head and wouldn't back down for nobody, not even Wild Bill Hickok himself.
早く死んでくれ。
I dodged death many a time.
おいおいおい、
And that
そうだ
night
ろ
in。Abilene was no different. I was there with the intention of finding that bastard Bob and collecting the bounty on John Wesley.
I thought the Texas Rangers got Hardin.
Yeah, that's what they want you to believe.
あれ？
It was Colden a witch's tit
Come on
and
in.
brass bra that night as I fought my way past his loyal compadres.
Nani? これ入んの俺。
To the very same saloon we're sitting in today. Look around and imagine this place painted in blood. Hardin was waiting for me, and wait, I'm jumping the gun here. Let me back up and give you some background on this sumbitch. He deserves that much. Don't you think so, Ben? John Wesley Hardin was a killer. By the end, he confessed to taking the lives of 42 fathers and husbands, brothers and sons, men with families who cared about them. Families who put up money in hopes of finding justice. He was a bona fide folk hero by then, and had amassed a gang of armed miscreants and other assorted thugs. He and his men set up camp outside of town, and I was hoping Bob was among them.
Shit, it's cold out here. Freezing my giblets off. Ain't right, we gotta stay out here keeping watch like this.
Ain't nobody stupid enough to go after.
God damn it! Shoot that son of a bitch!
They didn't ask why I was there. They knew. As most of them were wanted as well. I figured Hardin was here somewhere, but to get to him, I'd have to get past his gun hands. I had to spill a lot of blood to find out Hardin wasn't in that camp. He was carousing in town with his closest friends. Hardin's boys apparently didn't want me to reach the Bull's Head. Some were hightailing it into town to inform their jefe of my unwelcomed presence.
Shimak 読んでらんねえ。 どこ？やばい、死ぬ。死ぬ死ぬ死ぬ。めっちゃシークレットある。どこやねん。
And I steeled myself for the fight ahead. For as good as I was, deep down I wondered if John Wesley wasn't just a little bit better. Before I could test my mettle against Hardin, however, I would first need to dispatch his cadre of hired killers. Most of
QT
these
やめて。
degenerates were beyond redemption, but John
Tuna
Wesley might have been a
QT.
different story. I didn't learn until later that that night was in fact his birthday celebration. I think I already mentioned that I found Hardin in this very saloon. Suffice it to say, nobody there was happy to see me.
何？入れなくなってる。普通にこっから入れるんかい。
In fact, I felt a certain hostility.
いや、上か。おお、怖っ。
I was disappointed that neither Bob nor John Wesley were among the dead. But that was short-lived. As a moment later, I was facing down the fastest gun in the West.
ここで出てくる。
I felt a bolt of adrenaline. Or maybe that was fear.
自分が実は皆
He
殺
was
し
well
にして
known
た
for
とい
his
う。
tricks, and I knew I'd need my own if I was ever to defeat him.
いや、やばい。そんなことできたの？そんなことできたの？
That man was faster than greased lightning, but being inebriated as he was, he didn't count his shots. And now, he was at my mercy.
なになになになに？
So he didn't die?
No, I sent him to prison.
刑務所に
Years
送った。
later, after he was free, some restless Avenger took his life. Shot him in the back in the saloon.
かわすとかあるんだ。
Anybody up for another beer? Ben?
こんなんでも弾買わせたらもう何でもいいじゃん、も
Thank you,
う。
darling. Yeah, some say
時間満
revenge
対
is a
決で。
dish best served cold.
So whatever happened to that Bob guy you were after?
Personally, I'd like to hear some of your other adventures. Like, I don't know, did you ever go toe-to-toe with a red man?
グレイボルフ。
Yes, I did, Ben. I remember once I was after this renegade Apache, Grey Wolf. Strangely enough, revenge was also his primary motivation.
Dance with Renegades.
A bounty was put on Grey Wolf's head, and that's how I came to hunt him in the mountains. Mountains so high they tickled the nether regions of heaven. Grey Wolf was a Chiricahua Apache medicine during his daughter's sacred sunrise ceremony, and the slaughter was unspeakable. I understood his anger, as there's nothing more traumatic than seeing those you love die in a cruel and painful death. Right from the beginning, I couldn't shake the feeling that Grey Wolf was watching my every move. He led a band of young Apache warriors who wanted retribution and were more than willing to die for him.
動物めっちゃいる。
They saw me before I saw them. My mind that maybe this wasn't such a good idea. But now that the shooting had started, there was no backing down.
What? おお、びっくりした。危ねえ、どっから出てきた。全然わかんない。
It was rugged country, the winter home of the Chiricahua.
いやー、当たんねえ、
That's
腹
why they
立
had
つ。
retreated there. I admit to having some regrets about going after them the way I did. But then again,
どこどこ
a lot of those.
そこがわかりづらい。わかりづらいよ。
Did you find Grey Wolf?
Not at that moment, but I did find the entrance to their hideout. Deep crevice that led to a deeper cave.
Don't tell me you went in there.
Yeah, but it's not out of bravery so much as pure angry cussedness.
近接ファイター。え、これ下降りんの？死ぬよな。
See, back then, I had a stubborn streak a mile wide, and I wasn't about to back down.
So it was like pitch black in there?
Actually, it was pretty well lit, as they had torches on the walls.
ムカつく。なんでこんな当たんねえんだ。
Big as hell, Ben. Chiricahua had hid out there during the Indian Wars.
ムカつく。ムカチク。
They thought it was haunted with the ghosts of those murdered by the horse soldiers.
The cave was haunted with dead Indian ghosts?
To be honest, I was more concerned with the live ones than the dead ones.
How come you know so much about engines?
A few years back, I was married to 2 Mescalero women.
At the same time?
Yeah, they were sisters. Polygyny is traditional among the Mescalero.
So what happened?
Oh, I had to get out of there. Those girls never shut up. Both of them nagging at me all the time. Drove me half crazy. Haven't seen them since.
No, I mean, what happened with Grey Wolf?
Oh, well, I pursued him into the Cave of Death. I came upon this flooded grotto, and that's when I saw him. He came to me unarmed, unafraid. His voice echoed in the shadows. And I sensed he meant me no harm.
You carry great darkness in your heart. If you do not release it, it will claim your soul.
The sound of his voice put some kind of ancient Indian spell on me. As his story unfolded in my mind.
You will come to this place again and kill many more men, and the darkness will grow until it consumes everything that you are. A soul would have no rainbow if the eye had no tears.
He said I was a great warrior, a coyote man, unequaled by any other pale-faced warrior, or something like that.
The snakes will bite shadows of your past until a venom poisons your heart, and an echo of the soul of the dead summons the spirits deep from within the mountains.
I didn't quite get what he was saying, but there was definitely snakes. And indeed, his warriors surrounded me and attacked me like hungry wolverines. They couldn't stop me, though, and Grey Wolf wasn't in the mood for idle talk.
うわー、マジか。隠れるとこなくね。 いやーこれきつい。
I swear I couldn't see any way out of this trap. But suddenly, one just appeared. Kind of like a mirror.
は？急に階段が生まれた。
I felt like I would be lost in that damn cave forever. Finally, I found myself back outside, perched on the edge of a precipice, overlooking a thundering whitewater river. To get where I was going required several leaps of faith, but no way in hell I was turning back.
伝ってくる。
I chased after him, determined to make him explain the meaning of all that mumbo jumbo.
いやでもこの高さで血出るっておかしいだろ。
A few details may be fuzzy, brother, but I am relating exactly what happened to me. There were dozens of Apache warriors aiming at me from on high. Dozens? Well, maybe not dozens, but there was a lot of
At least
洞
three
窟
or
パ
four.
ート。終わっちゃった。
more than that, little lady.
洞窟の方が助かるんですけどね。いやーこれきついね。いや当たってない。これが多いですよ。当たってるでしょみたいなのが多い。
I had a steep climb up creek ahead of me and scrambled up those rocks like a mountain goat. I was determined to locate Grey Wolf and find out exactly what the hell he was trying to tell me. And wouldn't you know it, that crafty son of a bitch led me right into a trap.
What kind of trap?
Well, son, there had to be at least 100 Apaches surrounding me.
100?
オッケー。
God be my witness.
Oh, come on. Who are you kidding?
Hey, I believe you. Come on, tell us how it ended.
All right, but I'm not gonna drag this out. Where were we?
You were surrounded by 100 Apache warriors.
Well, I didn't take the time to count them exactly, but there were a lot of them.
いやマジか。おおびっくりした。何それ。いやー腹立つ。
And in the end, a path appeared before me
Yeah,
that I had not
no.
seen before.
その超常現象怖いって。
I followed it as I desperately needed to find out what Grey Wolf was trying to tell me. But it was like that son of a bitch disappeared into thin air. Never did find him,
逃がした。
and never did collect my goddamn bounty.
銃声がいい。打ち心地もまあ悪くないですけど
It's
ね。
interesting how the truth can sometimes seem might malleable, depending upon your point of view.
Like how those dime novels make you out to be something you're not?
おー、ワンビッションぐらいありますか。
No, he's right. They do tend to exaggerate.
Did they exaggerate your part in taking down the Daltons?
Well, I was there in the flesh, boy, so I saw what happened firsthand.
ダルトンブラザーズ。
Those Daltons were lawmen once, before they all went bad, robbing banks and trains clear across the
全然ストーリ
territory
ーを終えてないんだ
until
が、
Coffeeville, of
字
course.
幕見る余裕がな
I
いん
was
だよ
one of
な。
the citizens who took up arms that day.
Fighting on the side of the riot.
I did my best, sir. We all did.
こういうゲームは吹き替えしてほしい。
It was early morning. One of my friends was a local gunsmith, and he handed out firearms to anybody who'd take one. You see, the Daltons got it in their heads to rob two banks at the same time. Two banks on the same
味
damn
方いる
street.
ぞ、おい。
Story was Bob Dalton's girl was always writing him about how he had no ambition. Or you're nobody next to Jesse James, he'd say. Finally, the bastard took his brothers to Coffeeville just to shut her up. Well, the locals recognized the Daltons right off. Before they could get away, half the town took up arms to defend their property.
Yeah. いいね。
The brothers paid dearly for their stupidity.
誰
But
もがそうなる
everybody
ことが分かってい
knows
た。
they had it coming.
There's more to it than that. I read all about that day, so I know for a fact that it went down very differently. First of all, it was high noon. A posse of U.S. deputy marshals were on the rooftop across the
おいおい、ふ
street.
ざけんな。
Get ready, boys. They're gonna make a move.
Lawmen had
時
been
系
tracking
列
the
が
Daltons
こ
for
う
months. Now they
入り混
finally
じってん
had
の
dead
面白いよ
to
な。
rights. Among them was a bounty hunter feared by many a lawbreaker.
最初結末見
This
せて
man had no intention of letting the Daltons
次に
slip
その
away.
過程を
Marshals tried to get the Daltons to surrender.
They'll give up eventually. We just gotta wait till something reaches out.
This bounty hunter knew that the brothers were far too proud to ever lay down their guns.
いや俺コンボ続かすのめっちゃ難しい
He
な。
went in there alone to confront those criminals.
おいどっから降ってきた。
One of the marshals shouted,
す
"Where
ご
are
い
you going?
良すぎ
Are
る
you
ち。
crazy?"
Hey, where do you think you're going, dumbass? Not right with mine.
But he paid him no mind. He saw a way to get around to the back of the bank. Then he figured out how to hit the Daltons from a direction they weren't expecting. From above. Fortunately, a water tower was right there. A moment later, he was climbing up a steep ladder, laughing at danger as he did. It was brave men like him who risked their lives to tame this wild country.
We've got company.
Heroic men like
に死なねえ
him
から。
did what other men couldn't or wouldn't to make this country free. Like Jim Bowie and Davy Crockett,
Is
who
that
died
Silas
defending
Greaves?
the Alamo.
Son of a bitch!
Sorry, son of a bitch! You can't hide!
うい、強盗集団多いな。あれ ?QT 失敗した。
What the hell? Blam! He came away victorious, taking down those thieving Daltons. His name was Silas Greaves, and when the dust finally settled, he was the last man standing.
Sorry, kid, but that just wasn't the way it happened. It was early evening, not high noon.
なんかいろんな切り口からやらされるな。
I was late to the party and Coffeyville was already up in arms. The Daltons blew up a safe and were all set to hightail it out of there. Those pathetic deputies surrounding the bank were dropping like flies.
あいつら死んでったんかい。おー、イケメン。顔はわからんな。
I had been tracking those jokers for months, waiting for them to do something reckless. And finally, they did. Those stupid bastards decided to rob two banks at the same time in the same town where everybody knew them. They still had friends in Coffeyville. Those friends came after me like a pack of wild dogs, tooth and nail. They were coming at me from all directions. I caught sight of the Daltons running with the money and didn't want to lose them. Problem was, they knew the town better than I did. And to top it off, I found myself in the middle of another shootout entirely.
Did the Daltons go up in somebody's house?
No, it was the Smiths, I believe. They were cousins of the Daltons. They were shooting at the Browns, who were shooting at the Daltons, which wasn't any surprise, because those two families have been feuding forever. And since the Joneses were related to the Browns, they shot at the Smiths, pissing off the Heimhoffers, whose daughter recently married a Smith. Well, bullets were flying every which way as all the old feuds in Kansas caught fire all at once. There was a hell of a lot of pissed off people in Coffeyville that day. But that's just the way life is sometimes. Shit happens. The Dalton boys knew I would never give up. Those Daltons weren't the sharpest knives in the drawer, but they always stood together. They set a trap to slow me down and allow at least two of them to escape. The third brother stayed behind to plan me, just in case that trap of theirs didn't work. It was Emmett, the youngest, and he decided to stand his ground and face me down.
I ain't afraid of you, Silas Greaves. This is where it ends for you.
He was determined to protect his brothers. I understood how he felt. Taking me on all by his lonesome wasn't exactly a recipe for a long life.
Yeah.やばい。この距離はやばい。上飲むのずるいだろ。ちょっと硬すぎん。 いやー、
It's all killing time.
やべ、たまない。
I'm gonna cut you in half. Gonna beat you like a redheaded stepchild.
よし、これは楽だったな。
But Emmett Dalton survived the robbery in Coffeyville. He's the only Dalton who did.
They say he was shot 23 times.
Well, Dwight, who do you think put all those damn holes in him? But I have to admit, that
な
boy
んか
had
ミッションの長さちょうどいいな、このゲーム。なんか次々やりたくなっちゃうね。
We'll get those suckers.
It took me a couple of days to track the Daltons down.
They can't get away with this!
And in that time, a whole posse of local vigilantes offered to lend a hand.
We'll track him to the ends of the earth.
They seemed as determined as me to find those outlaws. But as we headed into those swamps, it was like I had my own private army. There was no way those boys were getting away this time.
It was early fall, right? Beautiful time of year. At least you had the weather on your side.
Not by my recollection. It was damp and foggy as hell. It was tough to stay on a true course. So we kept an eye out for landmarks. It was autumn. The maple trees were in full color. Red as
怖いってこ
blood.
れ。このギミックいらないって。
The rains that year were torrential, so the whole area was flooded.
このミッション目
The
的表
vigilantes
示が
had
機能
spread
しないっ
out
て言わ
wide.
れた。
Pretty soon I couldn't see
Solo.
anybody.
Bury him in the swamp! Where
いる
were
ん
they?
かい。
Except for some bitches ahead of me wanting to do me harm. So I had to face them alone.
は
I wondered why my compatriots didn't come running when they heard the shots.
So did you find the Daltons?
Not yet. But I did have the questionable pleasure of meeting a few of their friends. The boys had established quite a reputation by that time, so they attracted all manner of riffraff to their cause.
Oh, 間違った。もう、なんか分かりづらいわ、これ。とっさに。もうこっからがいい。だいぶ戻される、だいぶっていうか。結構倒したのに戻される。はあ。ああ、めんどくせえ。でもさ、結構進んでてさ、死んでさ、沼るの、うぜえ。 なんでだよ。何で死んでんのマジ。死因わかんないって、もう、うぜえわ。なんでこっからなんだよ。ムカつくな。もうちょい直近でいいだろ、今の。
The boys had established quite a reputation by that time, so they attracted all manner of riffraff to their cause. Point being, I was under serious attack. And my reinforcements was nowhere to be seen. But luckily, a barn materialized as if right before my eyes. I scrambled up top to get a better view. But just ended up falling inside.
So, how did you get out?
The barn doors was open. About right then, I saw some suspicious characters running for the bushes. Of course, I followed them. But that goddamn swamp was like a goddamn maze, and pretty soon I had no goddamn idea where I was. Steve? Steve? Steve?
Huh? Oh,
See.
no, I'm listening.
寝とるやんけ。
Indians surrounded me from all sides.
先住民族だよ。じゃああの爆発を撃ちたいのよ。
There were Indians.
No. I just wanted to make sure Steve was paying attention. Now, where was I?
You were following the Daltons through a swamp?
That's right. See, Steve? Dwight's paying attention.
No, I'm listening. I was just resting my eyes.
So, where was I?
The Daltons.
Right. See, there's a reason so many outlaw gangs laid up brothers.
So did you ever find the damn Daltons?
Not yet. But I did find a few of their cousins. You Kansans breed like rabbits. More Smiths or Heimhoffers or
そんな
Bounty hunters.
そんな死ぬ
Stop that, so man!
？What's more important than family? How bet Ben knows what I'm talking about.
Somebody kill that something! I think we're in trouble.
In for the kill. Death is too good. Waste your bullets. Go ahead.
Doko? 見えんて。いやー、ちょっと弾見づら。位置分かりにくいよここ。
I knew those Dalton boys were out there somewhere, standing together against anyone who would threaten them. That's when I saw it. A goddamn steamboat.
A steamboat in a swamp?
Yeah, Steve, but this wasn't much more than a wreck, really.
But how'd a damn steamboat end up in the swamps? Guess it floated off during the flood of '89.
Now, was it a stern wheeler or side wheeler?
What? Does that really make a difference, Steve? It was a steamboat with a goddamn army on board. It was then that a fusillade of bullets come raining down from on high, and those vigilantes who accompanied me weren't anywhere to be found. But among those men that were shooting, I thought I saw some familiar faces.
Cut him down! You're dead!
Somewhere up there, the Daltons were waiting on me.
Sounds like you don't give up too easy.
That's the kind of man I am, Ben. I set out to do something. I do it. Surrender just ain't in my nature. Plus, I'm stubborn as hell.
やばいやばい、ミスった。もう、うるせえ。くだらねえんだっちの死に方が。
Right about then, much to my relief, the vigilantes finally arrived. Their leader motioned at a cabin in the middle of the top deck, pointing me directly at the Daltons. I finally had them, after months of dogged pursuit. But it turned out that they had me.
ほら。
I'm sending you to hell.
角待ちされてた。
The Daltons had played me like a fiddle. Apparently, the vigilantes were on their damn payroll. They didn't just want to shoot me. They wanted to burn me alive. But finding my way out of a burning labyrinth proved to be quite a challenge.
It was a riverboat, right? I mean, it's not like it was a goddamn ocean liner.
Oh, yeah, but I was in a fight.
何でそれ。
But finding my way out of a burning labyrinth
ショッピングをしてるのでやめ
It was
て。
a riverboat, right? I mean, it's not like it was a goddamn ocean liner.
Oh, yeah, but I was in a
Did you
fight.
hear about that ship that's going to launch next year? Largest one in the world.
You're talking about the Titanic. If you ask me, it's too blessed big. I don't think it'll even float.
So anyway,
Don't be stupid, Steve. They know what they're doing. They say that the Titanic was unsinkable.
oh God.
But getting back to that steamboat, how did you get off it, Mr. Greaves?
I took in a lot of smoke that day, so I admit my recollection might be a bit hazy. But somehow I managed to finally disembark. It was time to settle this once and for all.
Bury him in the swamp.
オーバーヒートないの。 なんだもうわかんねえ。どっから撃たれてんの俺。なんで当たってねえんだよあいつ。いや意味がわかんねえんだけど。いやうざ。誰から撃たれてんのかわかんないんですけど。使うのも嫌なんだ。普通の銃でやりたい。どこだよ。 てくるんだよこれ。
Bob and Grat weren't about to come at me one at a time. They were in this together. Two brothers side by side, determined to take me down.
2人いるぞおい。
Confident that this time the odds were on their side.
そっちか。は？これ何？どういうこと？何今の？やばい。これさ、銃抜く前に撃っちゃダメなのかな？もうしゃらくせえんだけど、ほんと。2人いる時点でもうルールもクソもねえだろ、こんなの。よしよしよしよしよし。お、ね。
Sad end for those two. If they'd only known that Emmett was still alive despite his wounds. Paroled 14 years later, he moved to California and sold real estate and lived off the legend of that fateful day. And the tragic death of his two brothers.
疲れた。ちょっとこの辺でやめるか。
My own brothers died tragically as well, truth be told.
ワイルドパンチ。
It was 1868, and me and my older brothers were pulling a tidy profit running cattle into Juarez, Mexico. One night after my brothers retired for the evening, I found a little poker game in a cantina with a couple of cowboys. And I just couldn't lose. I even won an old Spanish coin that had to be 100 years old. Well, I was mighty pleased with myself the next morning as my brothers and I rode for Texas. But before we crossed the border, those cowboys caught up with us. It was Johnny Ringo, Roscoe Bob Bryant, and another asshole named Jim. They wanted their money back and everything else we had, including our lives, as those boys didn't want us coming for them later. Bob put that old Spanish coin in my mouth and said, "I won't have it said that I left you with nothing, boy." Well, those horses bolted, and there we hung as those bastards rode away. The branch finally snapped under the weight of the three of us, but being my older brothers were bigger and heavier, they were already dead. And right then I swore to myself that I would avenge them. Ringo you know about. But Bob eluded me, until I heard he was riding with the wild bunch. I've been on their trail for months, ever since they left their hideout in the Bighorn Mountains.
Shot よし、終わる。 あと6個ですね。ミッション。いいね。このサクサク感。またちょっと、やりましょう。早めにこれクリアしちゃおう。テンポいいし、無事いけど、まあ面白いんで。じゃあ終わりましょう。ありがとうございました。お疲れ様でした。